Back here on MLB Now, Camden Yards. It's opening day in Baltimore. O's and Red Sox, first of three. It's an extremely competitive AL East. The Orioles, division champs 2 years ago, won 91 games last year. Back-to-back seasons in the playoffs, looking to go next level this year. Front Office Insights presented by Sage. We welcome in Orioles VP and General Manager Mike Elias. Mike, it's Brian Kenny. Thanks for joining us on opening day.
Thank you, Brian.
You look ready for opening day. This is the day for the suit, right? You look sharp.
Yeah, get to bust it out a couple times a year, the draft, opening day, hopefully some playoff appearances. So fortunate to be wearing it.
Excellent. Great to have you on here, Mike. Mike, I wanted to start wide. Give me your read on the AL East, your division. Give me your overall take going in.
I think it's going to be a slog. I think we've got 5 teams that could very easily end up with winning records, and we're all going for it. We've all got good rosters. We've all got good management. And a lot of teams in the division that got better over the offseason. So I think it could be a 3 playoff team division this year from the AL East. And I think we could see all 5 teams with winning records. So it's going to be a real grind all year. And that's kind of life in the American League East.
Over the weekend, good news, bad news. You guys look great at the plate, but then Colton Cowser fractured his thumb, did it diving into first base yesterday. He was your leadoff man. What's the prognosis there?
Yeah, it's definitely a blow to start off the season with a broken bone from a guy like Cowser. So not great. It's a broken bone. We don't have an exact timetable yet, but safe to say it's going to be a couple of months type of time range. Luckily, we have some depth put together, and we're tapping into it. We called Dylan Carlson up. I think Heston Kjerstad's going to see a lot of at-bats. Tyler O'Neill, we brought in the offseason. Ramon Laureano, we brought in the offseason. And then Cedric Mullins, kind of holding down the fort in center field, but we're going to miss Colton Cowser. That's not a great way to start the season, and we're still trying to get Gunnar Henderson back from the IL too.
Right. Yeah. What's the latest with Gunnar then?
Well, he's doing well. He's in a rehab assignment in Norfolk, which is our AAA team. Played well there the last few days. We're taking it day by day, but we're hopeful that this is something that can be measured in days, and he's eligible to come off the IL next week.
All right, shortstop coming off a 9-win season. Your other superstar, Adley Rutschman, looked like a superstar this weekend. He looked injured down the stretch last year, already looking like a different guy. Was it the hand? Did he get hit by the bat? What was it there, Mike?
I'm not sure. I think he was banged up in a number of ways, worn down, but I think he just slumped for the first time in his major league career too, or in his baseball career. I mean, this is somebody that hadn't encountered much failure until a couple of months in the major leagues. It happens to everybody. The good news is he's responded well to it, and he's made adjustments. He had a great offseason, phenomenal spring training, and then can't argue with what he did in Toronto to start the year. So he looks like superstar Adley. It's not a surprise to any of us that have worked with him that he bounced back. But this is, I think, set up to be a very good season for him, which is enormous for our team.
Mike, I know you've heard this, but, Cal Raleigh just signed an extension with the Mariners. We were looking at AAVs for catcher. Adley's probably going to top that at some point, first year of arbitration. Is there any talk of an extension with Adley on your side or his side?
Well, I don't talk about this stuff on TV or the one to put it out there, but, we've got so many players here that we absolutely love. We've got this great new ownership group that's only about, I guess, 12 months in now as we're here for the Oba opener, and they're plugged in with our front office. We're getting to work on all manner of ways to invest in the organization. That includes the payroll. That includes looking at ways to keep your star players. So we're working on that, but try to keep it quiet.
Okay, in a broad overview sense. Starting rotation, you made the move for 1 year of Corbin Burnes last year, had a very good year, now he's gone. What's your takeaway trading position players? You have so many good, position players that you've drafted and trading them away for controllable years for the elite arm. Where are you on that?
Well, it's something that I think we've shown that we like to do and we're willing to do, and we've made a few trades. I mean, the Corbin Burnes trade was the most notable, and it was, for a guy with a year left on his contract. We traded for Zach Eflin at the trade deadline last year and traded a lot for him, but he's been exactly what the doctor ordered. So, it's something that we're continuously looking at. We're monitoring who might be traded this year, whether it's earlier in the season or toward the deadline. And, hopefully we have the ability to get involved in those trades because, finding starting pitching, impact starting pitching, bringing it into your organization, keeping it healthy. It's just so hard nowadays, and you've got to do it constantly. And, trades are definitely on the menu.
You signed Charlie Morton, age 41, Tomo Sugano, age 35 from Japan. Great success in Japan, of course. He left to start early yesterday. Is that enough, or do you have to augment?
We have a lot of depth behind those guys in the organization. We've got a lot of great pitchers coming back from injury. We're hopeful to get them back from injury over the next several months, so that'll help. But like I was saying, I think we constantly have to be looking at bringing in pitching from the outside that comes in all shapes and sizes. We signed Kyle Gibson right before the end of free agency. So we're just going to keep pulling it in wherever we can find a deal that we like and somebody that we like and bring it into the organization, because we know nowadays how precarious the health situation is and how hard it is to cover all these innings at the major league level, especially for a team that doesn't have a $300 million payroll. So we're creative, we're out there, we're looking, and I don't think this is something that ever stops. I think it's in season, off season, and that'll continue to be the case.
Felix Bautista returned over the weekend, scoreless outing, struck out 3. Last time we saw him, he had a 1.48, 16 Ks per 9. How close is he to being back to where he was at the super elite level?
I think he's back to helping us, and you saw him close out a game the other day. So happy for him that he's made it through his rehab. Feels great. You know, it's a long outage. We lost him in late August, early September 2023, and you know, he made his return to the major leagues just a couple of days ago on Saturday. Right now, he's kind of sitting in that 97, 98 mile an hour range. I think that'll probably build as his arm strength and his legs kind of get back underneath him. And once it does, look out, because he's looked like himself. He's throwing strikes. He's competed. He looks like the same guy. And I know the whole team is so happy for him and happy for us that he's back.
Mike, you're one of the most forward-thinking, analytical GMs out there. Give me your take on torpedo bats and what you saw with the Yankees over the weekend.
Yeah, it kind of exploded into the public space with the Yankee series over the weekend. It's something that our front office and our analytics department and our players have been working on and talking about for over a year now. Sig Meidel, who leads our analytics department, has been researching. You know, it's interesting. I think equipment changes happen in sports over time. You know, seems like something that this might be new to baseball, and to the degree that helps guys and is within the rules, I think you're going to see teams doing it.
Some of your guys have personalized bats. I mean, everybody has a personalized bat, but some of them have a bat. Maybe it's not a torpedo bat, but like, what is Adley Rutschman using? What are some of your guys using that's a little different from the norm?
Yeah, my understanding is he's had this at his disposal. Whether he's broken it out every single at bat this season, I don't know. But I think we'll have more players using it, and I think you're going to see more players across the league using it if they feel comfortable.
Okay, one last thing quickly. Your left field wall is back in a little bit. How has that changed the dynamic of how you play?
Well, we're going to find out. I mean, it's definitely going to bring back some home runs. And, you know, this is something when we first changed the wall in 2022, before the 2022 season, we were trying to rectify a situation where we were the #2 most homer-prone park in baseball after Coors Field. That's not a good way to live. You got to build a pitching staff and have guys get through games and manage pitch counts. So it was very tough. We moved the wall back very drastically, probably a little farther than we had needed to. And because of the setup around Camden Yards and the outfield and the warehouse and the bar deck and center field, left field was really the area available to us to make some extra space. So we pushed it out. As it turned out, it was just too much in one part of the field. It was too concentrated in one section in left field, and it was kind of driving some of our young hitters crazy and warping their approaches. So we decided to pull it back. It's about halfway, and hopefully it's a happier medium.
All right. I'm sure you've done the studies on that. Mike Elias, opening day at Camden Yards, Orioles and Red Sox. You can see it right here live on MLB Network. Mike, thanks for joining us today, and best of luck this season.
Thanks, Brian.